This.
Yo, Shanae, I'm on your side. They got you surrounded, man. But I'm gonna try to do what I can do, man.
The other ladies ain't joining.
I don't know.
It looked
You
like
know,
no.
I'm very diplomatic, right? So I will make sure I do not seem biased.
Good luck.
All right. We here. This might be risky. Oh yeah, this might be risky. DJ Hamp the Stampede, we in the building.
DJ Hamp the Stampede.
Yeah, man, I had to work, man. It's a lot of money coming in the summer, so I might have to figure out what Thursday really looked like. You know what I'm saying? So we did something a little different. I know it looks like the locker room, but I promise is kind of not the locker room. So that's why we got Shanae to make sure it's not the locker room. Because the locker rooms we go in still have boy locker room and girl locker rooms. You know what I mean? I don't know what state do they have unisex locker rooms now?
I hope
By
not.
now, you never know.
I hope not, man. Well, you know, let me stay
It's just the
unbiased.
bathrooms they identify as you are.
Yeah, man. B, what's good?
What's going on? Can't
Yo,
call it.
bro, I don't really like this shit that much, B.
What you mean? The shirt?
Nah, just ever since you graduated, man, you been acting really bourgeois, bro.
How? How?
Like you changing scenery every week. What's up?
Nothing, man. It's, same old. You know.
Don't talk to me spicy, B. Same old same. You never said that before in your life.
See, as I've grown, see, I'm getting a little bit more hooder, Ham. So
Hooder. What?
Wow.
So you got older and got more hooder?
No, man. No. Life's been good. You know.
Yeah. Nah, man, we proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate the love.
Proud of you, baby boy. But yeah, watch it though, man. Watch it.
Please.
Eddie, what's up, man? You look like you doing so. What you doing back there?
I'm over here cleaning shrimp, man. Chef like this real.
What you got going on?
Got Sifu Sunday popping if you're in the DMV area, man. Hamp, I'll send you the link if you want to share it by the time the show's over.
Yep. So send me the link. We'll share it in the comments too. So you said, hey, if you're not talking, try to mute. So Sifu Sunday this Sunday in DC.
DC Northeast Tech Warehouse, 6 to 11 p.m. About 8 p.m. we're gonna play game 2 of the finals. So we're rocking with seafood paella, jumbo fried shrimp, making lobster tails, mac and cheese. Come on through, man. It's gonna be a good vibe.
Okay. Yeah, if you indulge in that type of shit, I definitely recommend you go see Eddie. That man can cook. Word is born. Now, get this foodgasm. Explain that to me, please.
Well, I'm him. I am all that shit.
Like I said, man, most of my clientele tend to be women. So off the strength of that, if the food make you get to that point, you know that it's good.
So
now,
yeah, go ahead. Well, let me ask. If say, Eddie, I'm trying to get this foodgasm. Is that
I would
okay?
hope that said doesn't say those type of words to another grown man.
Just hold on to not articulating nothing in that way.
Yeah, I know him saying you up.
That's
I know him saying you up. Just hold off the menu, man. That's what the ladies to say.
I'm just asking, man. I'm just asking. Exactly. You know what I mean? I gotta inquire, man. This might be risky. We here. All right, man. I want to play a quick video. I want to get some assessments on this. So, boy walking.
I saw that shit
down the street, and you see what happens. He walking between them, and then he grabbed the chick like trying to holler at her. And obviously he looked to be deep too. Now he got what three cats with him. How y'all feel about this?
That shit crazy, man.
I'm gonna just say, first of all, why they even split up and allow
Split up,
somebody to
yeah.
step in between them?
Yeah.
That was wrong. First of all,
He ain't want no
y'all together.
smoke.
Now you're a unit. Let them walk around. That was disrespectful right there.
Sinead, do you think he would have had to make him walk around?
There would be no reason to make him. If you holding your lady's hand while you're walking, they would automatically walk around. What, they gonna split you up if you holding hands?
But they was arm in arm, right? And so
And they let go. Somebody let go of someone. I don't know who did it first, but it looked like maybe they let go.
But did you think that the dude was walking deliberately though?
Oh yeah. You talking about the guy that grabbed her? Was he deliberate what he did?
Yeah.
Yeah. He probably did that intentionally to see how the other guy was gonna react.
So you saying
like,
go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, it looked like it wasn't intentional initially. It looked like they were walking when they split. He took it as an opportunity to be a little bit disrespectful.
Oh no,
So
he was testing that situation from the jump. Fuck that. That was his vibe coming down the street. Yeah, because you can see he split away from his boys, but I mean that goes both ways with me. She shouldn't have went away from him, and he definitely shouldn't have went away from her. You know what I'm saying? And that's just dead. It would have been 1-on-4 out there, and I would have felt in danger. And you know what ends up if I feel in danger? It just would have been a problem. I'm going home. One way or the other, I'm going home. And that's just what it is with me.
But I ain't even gonna hold y'all. Like as a woman who dates women, have been with women, I see this happen to guys a lot, where they get disrespected when they're out with their girl, and that rarely happens. You would think it would happen more with a woman because you're a woman, and it rarely happens to me. Like rarely. Like I don't know if it's my energy or what it is, but it like nah. And then I've been in certain situations where like dudes a catcall or something like that, and I check that shit immediately. Like, so I've seen dudes literally just walk away from their girl, or they become very passive, and I'm like, how you a whole nigga and you just let that shit happen? Like that part I don't understand.
Well, do you think it's because the men know you're a female, and so even though you like women, that doesn't negate the fact that you're a female? So men tend to not want to. Go ahead.
I think it comes down to a matter of having heart, because I had this one nigga that was willing to slap me, and he was a big dude, and but like you, to your point, maybe I guess his boys was like, nah, just get in the car, whatever. I don't think that men are willing to take that risk. Those types of men, and I'm not saying all men, but those types of men that I've seen get some like that in public, I don't think they're willing to take that kind of risk to get slapped the fuck up or get into any type of confrontation, and that's unfortunate.
Well, that's the difference, though. Your example,
but they're not like, niggas is not like, oh, you a female, I'm not gonna run it. Like they don't give a fuck.
Yes, they do, because you just said his man's just like getting a car. That's different. If you a nigga, his man probably not saying get in the car.
Yeah, definitely not.
But it could be that to the point of this was broad day in public.
Don't matter.
So if they didn't want to go to jail, if they didn't want to get arrested, if they didn't want to, because these was like some business like looking niggas that just they was out in the park smoking weed and they mans got like took shit too far. So that could happen in that situation too. Like we can't act like we never seen niggas break up or try to not have a confrontation between two niggas too. So
well, but you're talking very anecdotally though, right? Like, cause you saying that your energy, you got more fire in your heart than most of the niggas you seen get disrespected.
Like I'm willing to get slapped and knocked out. Yes, I'm saying that.
Oh shit. Oh. I'm not willing to get slapped and knocked out. I'm gonna tell you that now, as a grown ass man who has worked in the clubs, who has done security. I'm not willing to get none of that at myself, but my energy is my energy. Folks know what it is with me that know me. You know what I'm saying? I'm really not the one to try. And I've told my fiance that plenty of times. Like certain dudes know who to fuck with and who not to fuck with. You know what I'm saying? So if that's what you were talking about, Q, cool, I get it. But me knowing the guys that I know, like with certain dudes, I know I don't get no points. I'm way too big and too strong to just fuck with anybody in the streets. So it's just like at the end of the day, dog, I don't get nothing out of fucking with you at a certain, once it gets to a certain point. Everybody gonna be looking at me like I'm crazy.
Said
right. So I guess my question to you is, so you're not seeing that as much because you're a bigger guy and whatnot. And you say you're not willing to have that happen.
Right.
Like, let me be clear on that. That's not goals. And I don't believe that women and men should be getting into physically ever because we are not the same. I'm just saying, I'm not going to back down from nothing either. And I'm not going to be disrespected like that. So
I respect.
Maybe that's something that something in me just, I can't process that. Like how to just sit back and just be like, all right, just let it happen. Like this, I don't know if it's the way I was brought up, hood shit that I was around. I don't know, but I don't deal well with that. And I've stood up for other women who has been disrespected in that way in public. So it's not just because I'm fucking you, I'm gonna stand up for you. No, some shit sometimes goes too far. But with that being said, I think for me a big part of it is that I don't fear death. So I'm looking at it like, what is my worst case? You get what I'm saying?
Right. Oh yeah, no, I get it. I mean, that's how I approach it. That's why I said it would have been 1-on-4. It would have been 1-on-4. But
I don't know though. I don't know if I can. I understand what Q's saying, but niggas also know you a woman though. So I don't think you feel the threat in the same way either, because most niggas don't want to beat that ass.
But my life story is that I've gotten into maybe 5 fights my whole life, physical fights, and all 5 fights have been with either boys or men.
Well, boys don't count then. If you had a fight when you was 10 years old, that ain't a fight.
Fight when I was 14.
So
then again, being in situations where if I am going to get that close, it's even as adult, it's never been with women. It's always with a guy who is extremely ignorant.
I just chime in, man. I think it's a matter of situational awareness as well. Got a whole bunch of men that don't have no nuts. Unfortunately, he's one of them that we saw in the video. But there's also like the immediate possibility of losing your life in that type of situation, right? You just said, what's the most extreme thing that can happen? A nigga can lose his life, right? But I think for men who are of a certain standard, of a certain ilk, that comes with the territory, right? I don't think I'm the biggest nigga in the world, but if you want problems, there's gonna be problems, right? And I think it's like, yo, you're gonna hold my hand, but again, situational awareness. If I see a group of niggas coming down the street, I'm grabbing her like, we're gonna cross the street. Does that make me a coward? Does that make me a punk? Absolutely not. But I'm avoiding a situation where I'm gonna have to slap one of these niggas or potentially get jumped or whatever, right? So I remove myself from the situation that she's probably not aware. And the story, you know what I'm
saying? Let me press. Would I cross the street?
I don't know if I would have did all that now. But
I necessarily across the street. Just why y'all separating? She looked like she moved even further from him.
But y'all are not. I think everybody's missing. That's the whole point. He separated possibly to avoid a situation.
He could have grabbed her and moved over.
If y'all saying the dude was sizing him up while approaching him from jump, he already knew the situation. He probably felt, all right, I'm gonna step to the side so that these niggas could pass through.
Yeah, I mean, as a New Yorker, niggas is traps. Like, I know motherfuckers how they move. You know what I'm saying? So because I know that, it's just like, you know what? Let me avoid this block with these 40 niggas that's on the corner. And shorty with me. It's just like, you know what? And I might know some of them niggas. That might be a different situation or whatever. Or the way I present myself, they might not try that shit. But every time I'm with a chick or I'm with a group of homegirls and I'm the one guy, it's just like, y'all need to listen to whatever the fuck I say. Whatever happens in the street, act accordingly with what I'm doing. If I tell you, like, yo, move this way, walk behind me on this side of the street, you know what I mean? The shit that your grandfather, uncle, father should have taught, most young men. It's just like, yo, we're managing this way to avoid a situation. Not only that, I'm looking at all these niggas dead in the eye so they understand, like, okay, they with some dude, he might be about some shit. Let's not try nothing. The most they could do is probably say some stupid ass comment as we're walking by. That I ain't gonna.
Yeah, you can talk what you think.
Right, but as long as the woman that's with me is safe, that's all I care about.
Yeah. What you think, B?
Well, that's kind of a toughy one. It still goes back to what Q and everyone else was saying. I mean, why did they separate to start off with? Also, if you look at the video, old dude didn't even know what happened. If you really paid attention, like he didn't know old girl was grabbed. Now the question would be if he knew that she.
That nigga, he was playing dumb. He ain't want no smoke.
But okay, well,
he didn't want no smoke. He was looking directly ahead, like I'm not even gonna look left, right. I'm here. Blinders on.
Well,
look at him. Blinders on. What happened?
Yeah, in his defense, he's not looking in the direction in which he's getting grabbed. Maybe he didn't. I mean, I don't know. Okay,
that's where he fucked up at from the beginning. Right. Ain't no way. It's no, like I said, the worst case scenario, like avoiding areas where as Ed said, sure. But if I'm walking down the street, walking on the worst case scenario for me, I'm gonna make your intentions known. That's one thing that I know. And as far as people is concerned, I'm going to shoulder push, lean on her, pushing her to her right. Yep. And that's a way of avoiding the situation. Now, if Slim still keeps proceeding to try to do what I already know what it is. He wants smoke. So therefore we're gonna have smoke. And that's it.
Can you let the people know how big you are?
I'm not. It's not even that serious. I'm only like 6'2", 3 something.
6'2",
is what it is.
320, and the nigga went to school.
Used to be strong at one point in time, but I'm not no more. But I mean, it's a respect level at a certain point, though. You know what I mean?
Says stop it, Five. You 6'2", 320 pounds. You went to school to play football. That means you can move, and you look like you went to school to play football. I don't care how many years it was. Your life different, bro.
Yeah, totally different. And I'm licensed to carry in the DMV and damn near everywhere I go. So therefore, I like my chances.
But that's another. I think that's another misconception, though. Like, why do we automatically assume because somebody's big they could fight?
Well, that's true too. I mean,
that's very true.
That's not no. You don't think they could fight. You don't know if they can. See, that's the problem.
Right.
And that's what I used to tell folks.
Is it worth the risk?
Then it goes back to what I was saying before, like having heart. Like if he gonna that nigga gonna be
your fights ain't real fights. Your fights ain't real fights. Because ain't no way you don't assess the situation.
I cannot speak for me though. You can't speak for me.
Yes, I can because you saying
most people, men and women, fear death. I don't. So you cannot speak for me.
But you can't say that either, Q.
That shit sounds foolish though.
You can't say most people fear death. I mean, you can't say that either.
Well, judging how people judge situations and assess things and how they move in certain situations, I could.
Most people say that. I don't know about the death part, but most people are scared out their minds if any type of confrontation.
Because,
fire
in your heart. If you don't assess risk, that's foolish.
But I'm not saying
a lot more fights than Five, and I'm not assess risk.
Listen to what I'm saying here. I'm not saying I don't assess risk. I'm just saying I'm not scared of nobody who put on pants like me. What does that mean? I cannot change that. Psychologically, there's something in here that can't change that.
Yeah, you don't got to be scared to get your ass whooped. But the thing is, Said is 6'2", 320, and he athletic though. He not chubby, right? So you don't know if he can fight. That's the point.
But I would never. But no, and this is no disrespect. I would never look at a guy like Said. He come and disrespect my girl, and I'm like, he is a big dude. I'm gonna say something just like if he was 5'2" and 100 pounds.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
I don't know though, because that shit sounds spicy, bro. But I don't think you really been punched in your shit for real though.
But that wouldn't matter if I was. I'd still be the same person. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
See, Mike Tyson said everybody got a plan till they get hit.
Till they get punched in the face. Yeah.
Everybody.
I still be the same person. I'll still be the same person.
Oh no, you got to get punched first.
All right, then when you see me, give me a fair one.
Hey Q, you don't want none of this. Hey Q, I'll be the whole truckload of Qs. They put a bunch of Qs in a 26-foot truck. I'm whooping the whole truck ass. That's for sure.
All right. But that's the thing is you're coming at me like I'm saying, if I get into a conversation with somebody and I fight them, I'm gonna automatically win. It's not about the win, it's about the hurt. Like I don't give a fuck. I'm in there. Yeah. What's good?
I respect
you know what I'm saying?
No, I mean I get it because I mean my lady the same way. She gonna swing with me and she gonna carry with me. So I mean it is what it is, and I mean I know her knuckle game is on point. I know her knuckle game is on point. So you know what I mean, it is what it is, and we gonna battle it out. So if I go to swinging, I know if she's with me, she's gonna at least swing. I'm gonna try to keep her from having to, but
shout out to her.
She gonna go. She definitely go. No hands or butts about.
Yeah, I catch your drift though. Makes sense. I'm just so Shanae, you saying that he shouldn't have separated and he should have just took that potential ass whooping.
No, not necessarily potential, because I don't think that they probably would have did anything had they been holding hands and didn't separate, and he kind of moved her over to the side and allowed them to walk around. It didn't look like that they were gonna even do anything. I think it's because they split up, they saw the opportunity to step in. That's what it looked like to me anyway.
Oh, I see what you're saying. But let's say the dude didn't go around, he should have took that potential ass whooping.
He could have, yeah. If that's what it would have led to, then yeah. That's being a protector of your woman.
Okay. So you don't mind your man getting in a scuffle to defend your honor.
If I feel like I'm being protected, even if you would have got your ass whooped, I mean, at least you coming through to try to protect me.
So if he would have lost that one-on-one, you would have looked at him the same way?
Wow. Damn.
No, actually no, because I look at it like, did you try? Did you try?
Now it's about effort.
Listen, if you tried, you know what I'm saying? Like you didn't back down from the fight.
Right,
if you tried, it's like, you know what? Bro. It's all right. You try, baby. Come here.
Oh no.
Okay.
You know how women do, and B, I know you know. They say when you get in an argument, don't make me call that nigga from the block that
right, we do that. We do.
Don't raise your voice like you did it with them niggas that one time. Yeah, that's
we throw it right back in your face. You right.
Yeah, man. God damn, man. Interesting. Look, man, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Do me a favor, hit the like button right now. It helps the channel. Once again, we're streaming on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and all that. I was in Facebook jail too, so the logarithm probably got me all the way at the bottom, but fuck it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. All right. I just got one more video, man, because it kind of like leans into this. So let me share this.
I know how much you're doing too much. Why are you following him around the store like that?
Context is he in, I think it's like a Dollar Tree. Yep. And I don't know if she accused him of stealing or whatever the case was, but I don't even know if it's a security guard. I think she just worked there and just assistant manager.
I know how much you're doing too much. Why are you following him around the store like that?
You shut the fucking mouth. I want to pull out. My nigga. Hey, you gotta go. Lose my fucking chop.
Hey, that's assault. You're assaulting him. Don't do nothing, Geeks. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing, Geeks. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing, Geeks. Don't do nothing, Geeks. She assaulted you. Don't do nothing, Geeks. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing, Geeks. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing, Geeks. Don't do nothing, Geeks. Geeks, don't do nothing. Lady, get your hands off of him. Get your hands off of him. Hey, get your hands off of him. Get your hands off of him. Yo, get your hands off of him. Get your hands off of him. Yo, get your hands off of him.
Tell him to get off of me.
Get your hands off. His hands is off you. His hands is off you. Get my phone. His hands is off you. Yo, his hands is off you. His hands is off you. Oh my God, bro. Yo. Where's his phone at?
All right, yeah, no, you can't be doing it. No, you can't be doing it.
Yo. Get off my head. Get off my head. Get off my head. Get off my head.
You can't be doing that.
Get off my head.
She's a fucking woman. You can't be doing that. You can't be doing that. The fuck you doing that? The fuck you doing? You can't be doing that. We said to go. I give a fuck what you want. Go my clap video. That fuck on the field. Let her go.
All right, so you see.
I need to tackle that first, bro.
Huh?
I need to tackle that first, bro. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Eddie. I don't need to tackle it. Go ahead.
First of all, bro, something that we don't hear: protect black men.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get that off my chest first, right? 2, let's talk about the psychology of the bullshit that we just saw. Nobody moved a motherfucking finger or advocated to that man until he decided to defend himself. All right? Shorty dragged his hair, is pulling at that man's hair, is probably ripping that shit out of his scalp, and nobody said nothing. 1. 2, in the midst of being assaulted, he was still a fucking man and told his man, don't do nothing.
Well, I don't know about that part.
Don't do nothing. He's looking at it in the midst of all that. He's still thinking with his logical frame. It's just like, if I hit this woman, it's going to be an issue. Told his man not to step in. Had his hands in the air. Thankfully, somebody was recording, and he even said, don't do nothing. I'm a sue. Right? Now, as an assistant manager at fucking Dollar Tree, you've taken this shit to a point where it's just like, yo, you're not security. You're not none of that shit. Right? And as soon as the man says, you know what, fuck that, I'm going to defend myself, here comes the whole, liberation, feminism movement. Don't do that. Don't do that shit. Don't. Wait, hold the fuck up. This motherfucker's being assaulted. But because it's a woman and the social dynamics say women can hit men and men shouldn't hit back and all the other bullshit come with it, now you got a motherfucker, when he's prepared to defend himself, he's the issue. Problematic as fuck. Yeah,
what you think, B?
Well, so I was still one of Hamp's lines from I think last week or 2 weeks ago on the podcast. If you a woman and you hit me, this shit ain't gonna go the way you think it's gonna go. What also was very triggering is when he was saying, or someone in the video was saying, don't hit her. Don't hit her. Like, at what point do we as men begin to defend ourselves against a woman? Because I know where this bullshit came from, that a man is supposed to hit a woman and a woman can hit a man and she thinks this shit is okay. Like, I don't know where that came from.
Some woman said that dumb shit.
Right, well, more than likely. Like, I mean, at this point, it's like, I mean, it couldn't have been me. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I commend the brother for handling how he handled it, because at the end of the day, and we've touched on this, I think 2 podcasts ago, a man knows his strength. So maybe he knew, if I take my fist and ball it up and I swing it back enough, I'm gonna knock this bitch out. Like, maybe that's what he was thinking, and maybe he didn't want that. I don't know. But shit, grab that bitch by the leg, slam her on the damn shelves or something. Shit, I mean, I don't know. That just could not have been me. Nah, had she hit me, then she walked away, cool, different story. But you grabbing the dreads and all, like, come on, man. It's like,
that shit hurts. That shit hurts, bro. I'm bald headed. I know that shit.
Say, what you think?
It's mad crazy, man.
Oh man, today's society, man. Everybody's just reckless, and the acceptance of all the bullshit as we transition to what we transition to. All the acceptance of the bullshit, it just needs to stop. At the end of the day, it's women feel like they can do what the fuck they want and get away with it. They don't have to apologize. They don't have to make amends for the mistakes that they make. I point at Johnny Depp. I point at Meg Thee Stallion. I point at Jada Pinkett. Those are 3 on my target list right now. They can do what they want, and you don't hear shit about it. She can make songs. She can do this. She can do whatever.
Yes, come on,
and nothing happens to this broad. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's just, oh, well, she said what she said, whether it happened or not. It's over with now. Let's keep on supporting her. Nah, fuck that. Take her ass, lock her ass up for filing these false allegations, and let's see how shit go. Because the more we keep letting shit happen, and that's where the transition go. Back in the 60s or whatever, men don't hit women. Now women just, oh, I know he not gonna hit me, so I'm gonna fuck him up. No, you gonna get fucked up these days because of the way how the fuck everybody is. That's just what it is.
Yeah, remember Brandon Banks from Baylor, right? He got that rape allegation. He did 5 years. It was found to be unfounded.
Right.
He going to be in the NFL, and they tried to give him a shot, but after 5 years, he was.
No, you're not gonna get it back. But that's the bullshit. It's always been, if you accuse the rape, that you guilty. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the female says, and it's not about victim shaming, but it's situations. You know what I'm saying? You have guys who are athletes, who are very popular people, and their parents, and some of it is, race driven. And the parents say, oh, well, I didn't approve of this situation, so now I'm going to say that this person raped my child. Now this person is going to jail and for nothing. So it all transitions. It's like whatever the woman say or comes from the feminine side, then that's just what it is, and we just got to accept that. Folks ain't standing for that shit no more.
Yeah.
That shit wild. Hell no.
What you think, Shanae?
Well, I wish the video wasn't skipping for me. I couldn't get to see all of it, but if I can take from what everybody was saying, it sounds like she attacked him and he was doing like what Eddie said a man should do, is not hit her back. I can agree with that I guess he didn't hit her back, but in the same token, it's like he's just taking the abuse. And as somebody who's been through domestic violence, I would never condone anybody hitting anyone. But in that instance, if she's attacking you, you have every right to defend yourself. There's a way he could have possibly done it to get her off of him. But I won't say that, he was not wrong for not retaliating. I think he probably could have done something. I didn't get to see it. I wish I could have saw what actually transpired. But I think that, he probably could have done something. Like maybe apprehend her in some type of way. Hell, if he had to feel like he needed to knock her out. But
that's what you did. That's what you didn't see when he actually tried to somewhat apprehend, somewhat try to get her up off in a physical manner. Everybody came and grabbed him when he did that shit. You see what I'm saying?
I don't like that.
Yeah, and that's the point there. You know what I'm saying? She was doing the most, doing all this, doing, over $1.25, about to make the prices go up in my favorite store again because he gonna sue their ass. You know what I'm saying? That is bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
So maybe everyone should have attacked her. Well, not attacked, but maybe everyone should have probably grabbed her off of him and protected him so that it wouldn't have led to him potentially harming her. Because men don't always know their own strength, and you guys are physically stronger than us. So, I really wish I could have saw the whole thing. But I don't agree with anybody hitting anybody. But if anything, she should probably be arrested for something because that's not cool. She put her hands on him and then she's going to be the one to say, well, he attacked me. Nah, that's not okay. And I'm raising boys. So I would tell him at any time, listen, do not put your hands on a woman. But if in any instance where she's putting her hands on you, you got to find a way to, apprehend her because hell no.
Right. I have, if I may, I just have 2 points. First off, shout out to Johnny Depp, the first guy to ever win an argument against a woman.
I agree.
But there's so many people. 2 points I want to make real quick. So many people are saying, and this has come from Black women on my Facebook page. I don't care about Johnny Depp and what he gone through, but I guarantee you, had it been Chris Brown beating Rihanna's ass, them same bitches would have jumped on and defended that shit. That's cute. And another thing that I have a question, and maybe Shanae, you can answer this for me, but if a woman knows a man is naturally stronger than she is, why would she put herself in a situation like that?
What's it?
That's a question I have. Why would you put yourself in a situation like that?
I'll be honest, as women, we be angry for stuff. We just
react.
A lot of times we do. We just react. That's like the first thing. We're mad, so I'm just gonna react.
All right, but should that result to hitting? Because if I'm mad at Hamp, Said, or Eddie, I'm not going to hit them. If I'm mad at you, I'm not going to hit you. But why is it okay that if you're a woman and you know you can kick my ass, you're mad?
Because we order. Because it goes back to what Eddie. Yeah, I'm sorry. It goes back to what Eddie said. Because what we'll do is we'll put our hands on the man and think, well, I'm going to be the one that's not going to get in trouble. He will if he decides to retaliate against me. That's what it ends up happening because we automatically know when it comes to DV and anything, it's always like the woman that's the victim. And a lot of instances, that's not the case. And this is me being a DV survivor. I can admit that. A lot of times, we'll be the ones that we might want to hit the man. And we're like, oh, well, it's not going to come down on me because he's a man. He's physically stronger than me. That's not okay, regardless. Like I said, I don't condone anyone hitting anyone. It should never resort to that. But that ends up happening because women think, oh, well, he's going to be the one to get arrested, not me, because I'm the woman and I can flip the script and say that this really happened. That's kind of like what happened with Johnny Depp. That's probably why Amber Heard felt like it was okay to do what she did.
He shitted on that man's bed. That shit wild, B.
Yeah, I do not condone it. I am so happy that he won that because, again, just because I'm a woman doesn't mean that I condone any of that. At the end of the day, she was wrong. If you really follow the story, she was wrong.
Because at the end of the day, if let's say I'm in a relationship and a woman hits me and I call the police and I have her arrested, some of my boys might be like, man, come on, you called the police on your lady, you had a lady locked up, you should have handled it a different way. But we hit y'all gonna call 911 white, they're gonna show up, you're gonna be in tears, we go to jail, and then y'all gonna tell women what happened, then y'all gonna sit back and say, man, you need to leave that motherfucker hit you, he ain't no good. But you see the unequal balance in it. I'm a bitch because I had you arrested, but you a victim because you started the incident and you hit me, and then I hit you back, and you called 911 white, and they showed up, and you started crying, and I go to jail, and I'm in handcuffs. You see the unequalness in that?
911 white. I'm still stuck on that part.
911 white.
Yeah, it is unequal. I agree.
Yo, my man, Black men especially have never been taught to protect themselves against women, and especially Black women. Like it is a shame that she was ragging them, maced them. Nah, that's uncalled for.
I want to see it now. So she went extreme.
Oh, I'll send it to you. Just give me.
Yes, please. I want to see that.
I'll send it to you.
It was unnecessary, and I get why. I understand why his man was saying, "Don't do nothing, don't do nothing."
That's a smart man.
Yeah, he talking about I'm a sue, but I don't mean no harm. But we would have ragged that goddamn Barilla all around that goddamn store. Don't fucking.
Well, if his man did that, I think that was a great friend to tell him not to do anything, and then it was being recorded anyway. So
no, I would have ragged, like if she had B by the hair. I'm just gonna rag. I'm not gonna say I'm a puncher, but I'm gonna rag this shit. We're gonna knock down all types of shit. Like
we went through every single shelf in aisle 4.
Yeah,
I'm not swinging that shorty. But
do y'all know what a rag look like? Have you ever seen somebody get ragged before?
Yeah, you toss them, flinging them.
Absolutely,
like,
plenty of times.
Ringing them out, nigga. Ringing
them out.
Like let them know, like you this is not your role. Because soon as Shanae, all he literally did was grab his hair and say, let go. And he got a little bit more aggressive. You hear it in his voice. 3 people jumped on him.
Oh, yeah, no.
And one of the ladies like, that's a female, nigga.
But that female attacked him. So she forgot she was a female in that moment.
And mind you, she attacked him.
Well, no, she didn't forget. She just know. She know what the fuck happens. She know how it gets flipped when it comes to her.
Well,
he a young man with dreads, black. Oh, he dead on arrival.
But on the flip it, man, these women, they know what they be doing. They know it. They know what they be doing. I mean, you take a woman, hell, and I'm not the biggest person, so let's just say Hamp or Said. You take a woman, Sinead's size, and you compare them up against Hamp. She knows before she hits Hamp or Said what she's doing. It ain't, you in the heat of the moment, you upset. No, that's a bullshit excuse from the 70s and 80s. Y'all women know what y'all be doing. Y'all know what y'all be doing. Because like I said, before I square up against Hamp and Said or Eddie or anyone, because I'm just not a bully, but before I square up against them, at the end of the day, like Hamp said earlier, you're going to assess the situation. I'm not going to roll up on Said any and every kind of way, or Hamp, or any man for that matter, any kind of way, because despite the size, I don't know if he's caring or not. Got to be smart. Y'all women know what y'all be doing.
See, like I said, I'm a victim of it, and the person that did this to me was about their size, and I still fought back. I was like, listen, somebody going to end up getting hurt.
But now, if you were a true victim and you were fighting back, you're excluded from the group because again, you're a victim. So I can include you in that. I'm just saying the random woman.
Yeah, he's talking about we arguing, you get a little upset.
Right,
you just haul off and hit me in my jaw, and I'm supposed to sit here like accept it. Like, that's a tough pill to swallow.
I'll admit I was spicy. I was running my mouth. That's what women do. He's like,
spicy is cool. We can do spicy. We can do spicy, but when you start trying to put the little mittens on people, then these paws come out, then it's a problem.
Yo, but you know what? The danger of it is it's like random women. I was having this conversation one time, right? this girl about the Bible, right? She like,
I remember.
Oh, my son, such a pastor. Okay, cool. Well, let's talk about it. Can you do this? Well, no. Look here, look there, right? Because I can remember shit off the top of my head quick. So people get kind of upset because they can't. Like, I know the verses, right? And she's like, "Oh, I just want to punch you." I said, "Bitch, you punch me, this is gonna be the last club you seen. You trying to club hop? I wouldn't advise you to hit me."
Wow.
Like, but just random. Like, you think you get mad? So, now I just want to punch. Like, what? It was just like I was being like calm. Like, it was just because I do this a lot. So I'm just like, no. Look here. He's like, I just want to punch. I said, okay. Like, but that was the mindset.
I remember when Hamp told me that.
Yeah. Then she looking like I'm bugging when my response. I'm like, don't. I said, I got a wife, I got daughters. Like
20, 30 years of this level of programming where this type of assault is okay. You got feminism, you got Oprah, you got all sorts of shit. Magazines telling women also like, it's gonna be fucked up. I think women's empowerment is convoluted with a lot of bullshit because y'all run with stuff that's just like, good and damn well when you're in reality, that shit is not, hell no, that shit don't work. Like, do we want women to be uplifted? Yes. Do we want you hitting men? Come on, bro. No. Don't do that stupid shit.
No.
Yeah. Please don't.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Everybody.
Please.
Yeah.
Interesting. So I feel like I need a little bit more inclusion for the main topic. So I think we can address it quick, but I think I want to save it until I got everybody up there so that community can have proper representation. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Because all my gay friends couldn't make it this morning. So, but just quickly, the LGBTQ, right? I ain't even know. So this the whole month? This month?
Yep.
Oh,
whole damn month. Ain't that some shit?
It's that new, baby. That new.
When did that come to fruition? Just this year?
2-3 years ago, I think.
At least 2 years that I remember.
At least, yeah.
It used to be just a weekend in fucking New York.
Right, yeah.
Greenwich Village, where they hang. That's a goddamn month, boy.
DuPont Circle.
Yeah.
So what you think, B?
So my whole thing on it is when I sent the message to the group, it's because I really at that time wanted some insight to it, and said gave the best amazing advice possible. I personally, and the reason I pose that as a question is because I don't see what the LGBT, how the fuck ever you pronounce the shit?
QRSYZ.
Bullshit. But they done took up all the half the goddamn letters in the goddamn alphabet for this shit. I don't see a struggle or a movement that they have gone through to where they need a whole month of celebration or recognition. Now, there has been some stories of trans who have they felt discriminated because of their sex change, etc., etc., etc. Okay, cool, but at the end of the day, I just don't feel like their struggle has been a struggle to where it needs a whole month of representation. Like how said it, how they always compare themselves to blacks. And I remember when I was in college, my professor, he hit on that. He was a black guy, and he would say that a lot of gays and trans, or whatever you want to put the shit, that they would always compare themselves to the struggle of blacks. But like how said, blacks, we've had laws that hindered us from growing as a people. Gays haven't had the struggle. You 7 years old and you got feelings of being gay, but you afraid to come out because of backlash, so you don't come out until you're 18. That ain't no damn struggle. I mean, I feel like if they're going to have a whole month, the Native Americans should have a whole damn month. I mean, look at what's been done to them. I just don't feel like these motherfuckers should take every damn color. Then I think they just added 2 new colors to the shit. They done took every goddamn
brown and light brown.
And light brown. And you see hemp, that's come from the rainbow. Hemp, we going to hell. And America's going to hell in the handbasket. You done took the damn
Sodom and Gomorrah, baby. We here.
And with Sodom and Gomorrah, God turned them asses into salt. You see what happened in hemp? See, they done took every goddamn color from the rainbow, for their purpose and all this other bullshit for a struggle they probably haven't ever even endured. If you just came out being gay last year, motherfucker, you ain't had no goddamn struggle. Goddamn cops, they turning their badges pink and purple and all this other bullshit. They got these stores, they got the flags up and all this bullshit. Motherfuckers, y'all struggle ain't that goddamn bad. And y'all struggles ain't that damn bad. You afraid to come out the closet for being gay. That ain't a struggle. That's not a struggle. There was never any laws that hindered you from being gay or eating coochie. I mean, none of that bullshit. There was never any laws that hindered you from getting the sex. But there was laws that hindered us, like said, from drinking out the water fountain, from reading, from voting. That's a struggle. And you know what's funny? They give us, African Americans, blacks, they give us the lowest, our celebrations in the lowest days of the calendar year, February. These motherfuckers got a whole damn Pride Month, June. Motherfuckers taking over every goddamn park. They're taking over every goddamn street. Then the motherfuckers want to flaunt the shit. Motherfucker, look, don't flaunt no shit over here because I will beat you and your gay friend's ass, okay? So don't flaunt that shit.
I hope you wouldn't chew anybody's ass.
Like me and Hamp, we know this one guy, he claimed, I've been feeling like this my whole life and all this and all that. Okay, well, motherfucker, you ain't struggled. For real, everything you got it off of someone else. I mean, motherfucker, you ain't struggled, but you out here taking over the parks and got all these flags up and I'm gay and I'm just, motherfucker, you ain't struggled. Shit. You ain't been to script. Oh, look.
I would just interject, bro. I think the month-long situation has absolutely nothing with being someone who lives an alternative life. It's completely corporate. It has to do with money, right? Mm-hmm. Since the onset of the LGBTQ, there's a whole new tax bracket, right? So now you're going to cater to that tax bracket so they continue to spend money. So you got to look at it from an economic standpoint. Now, in terms of how about somebody struggling and all of that, I don't get into that shit. It's not my place, I feel, right? But in terms of like there being such a incessant need to, promote and push LGBT, a lot of that is based on corporate economics and finance. And then the second thing I would add is a lot of that is primarily European culture, right? Were there moments in like instances of alternative life in historic Africa or, the Afro world? I'm sure they probably were, but that's not a focal point or a central point of our culture. It is of theirs. So if that's the case, they run marketing firms. They own all the TV networks, right? So they're going to push and push and push to see this lifestyle that they've been closeted for I don't know how long, but now it's just like, okay, it's out in the open. We're going to push it like a motherfucker. And the last thing, one more thing I would add, LGBT, in terms of who actually runs it, is just another racist arm of white supremacy. Because even, our black brothers who are alternative life, they get discriminated like fuck too. And I see
right,
Q.
Exactly.
I would say, if Q, you want to chime in on that, we see that often. It's just like, okay, well, that's something that's like, I can't speak to, like I said, but it's like I can speak to being black and discriminated against. And if there's such freedom in the LGBT, why is it that black people still get shitted on in that community? So I'll stop there.
Yeah, before Q jumps in, so B also, just as a point of clarity, Carter G. Woodson started Negro History Week in February. Frederick Douglass' birthday's in February. So he started Negro History Week in February kind of to commemorate that, and then it expanded into a month. Oh, so they didn't allocate us a short month just because it has 28 days. Yeah,
okay, thank you.
Yeah, Carter G. Woodson started Negro History Week for a few different reasons, and then it just expanded. Mm-hmm. Yep. So, yeah, read The Miseducation of a Negro if you get a chance. Okay. So, what you think, Q?
I feel like I'm probably the worst person to speak for the LGBTQ community because I don't identify with the LGBT community based on a lot of views that the LGBTQ community has. Yeah. I think we have different views. A lot of what they believe, people turn out to be gay for is a lot of what I don't believe, et cetera, et cetera. And I feel like to each his own, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that there is an issue with there being an entire month for people to pride themselves in whatever freedoms or whatever it is that month stands for them. I think it's a beautiful thing. I think that if you don't want to be a part of it and celebrate it, that's fine. I don't think it's any different than Black History Month or Juneteenth or any other thing that they've given in this country to Black people or any other. It's no different than you feeling a type of way because people just to celebrate pagan holidays. That's your own thing. So whatever works for you, do you. I think that as far as, Black people being discriminated within the community, again, something I don't really know too much about because I don't participate in a lot of things within the LGBTQ community. I'm just me. You know what I'm saying? So
you tell me why you don't participate?
I'm just me. I just identify as who I am. And nobody said, oh, because you like women, you automatically have to be in this group over here. Go push yourself in that group over there. Like, that's cute, but that's just not my thing. Like, I never, took a part of, oh, now it's us versus the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just not a part of that. Like, I just feel like I'm a part of the world. You're a person, I'm a person. Bleed, I bleed.
I just think it's interesting only because, and I appreciate your feedback. It's interesting because the notion is otherwise of what you're saying, right? Because of you identifying this, you're automatically clumped up into that movement. But people don't understand that movement is one unique particular thing, and it's almost exclusively white gay men first, and then everybody else, right? So I think it's interesting that you're like, oh, I completely don't identify with that. But it's also interesting that you don't force yourself or allow that to be something you identify with, because there's certain segments of how
you go on
you
my
identify.
profile on Facebook right now. I have not one rainbow. Like, I don't need to, what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to be like, oh, I'm a part of the rainbow community, or oh, let's fight for the rights of another letter out of the alphabet. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I don't understand that I wouldn't mind being made privy to. But it just because I woke up and had an inclination towards women doesn't automatically mean, okay, you're a part of that group now. You know what I'm saying? That's like you being white, but you feel like you identify with Black people, so you're automatically a nigga. That's not necessarily your reality. Like, what is your reality to you? You know what I'm saying? Like that.
But I feel like if you have a LGBTQ, shit. Well, shit. But straights don't have a straight month. I mean,
but B, that's like the people who said. That's like the people who said Black people have BET and white people don't have a white entertainment television station.
Well, I ain't got shit to do
like,
with that.
That's every station. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if gay people want to have a month where they just pride themselves, what are you doing in the month of June? That's all you need to be concerned about.
But I just don't see a need, nor do I see what the LGBTQ.
So you know what you should do?
But
you
why
should
does
go
it
down to a
matter,
pride
though?
parade and make yourself privy or aware to what it is that you may want more knowledge of. There's nothing wrong with that.
I guess
I don't think it matters. It doesn't matter whether it's a day, a week, a month, whatever it is that people in that community felt was the reason that they needed to be out and loud and proud and celebrated for however long they wanted to. That's what they advocated for. I don't think that we should be determinant on what is necessary. Like, why do we need this month? Why? It doesn't matter to me. If you are happy and you are loving your life, do you.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I want to get set in. I just want to, I'm not a proponent of everybody just doing you. We haven't gotten to a good place because of that. So I just wanted to say that. And then also, the rainbow ain't theirs, it's mine. If you read Genesis 9, well, maybe, depending on what you believe. But in Genesis 9:13 says that God gave us the rainbow to let us know he won't destroy the earth with water anymore.
Blood again,
yeah. So I don't know who the fuck told them that's theirs. It ain't. It's mine. So I just want to make that point. Said, what you think?
Said thinks is bullshit, but also said thinks that all these so-called months are bullshit, from the Black History quote unquote month to the whatever month. They're all straight bullshit. At the end of the day, when it comes to that community, I could give a shit about who you love, what you do, whatever. There's no need for nobody to be flaunting and throwing their relationship status or their choice in life at anybody. And that's what it is with me, because some folks will consider me quote unquote homophobic. I mean, however, I do have family members that are possibly children that are part of that community, if that's what you want to call them, and friends that are quote unquote from that community, if that's what you want to call them. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter to me. If you're heterosexual, you're heterosexual. If you homo, you homo. If you whatever, trans, whatever, that's you. That's your lifestyle. That's what you choose to do. The fact that they're trying to force feed the world all of that bullshit is where my problem comes into it, because it just transitions with everything. If you look at what's rated R now compared to what was rated R then, back in the day, they're allowing what's PG-13 kids kissing on these little Disney channels and having to show sexuality, because it's all the sexuality. None of it should be discussed at a younger age, regardless of what the fuck it is. It all has to do with sexuality and who you like. You don't need to be liking shit but your books when you're a kid, if you want to come down to it. So I'm not worrying about all this, but everything is just a slow transition to acceptance. And then, as I said, this is my point. Once you open Pandora's box, you can't decide what comes in and out of Pandora's box. Once I say, okay, I'm cool with you identifying as girl, boy, whatever, and this is your month to celebrate, you can't stop the shit. So now when you got these guys out there playing sports, I don't agree with it, but if you accept it, that's what they transition to, then you got to accept that's what they transition to. That's just what it boils down to. And that's where it just keeps transitioning into a bad thing, when you just keep allowing certain shit. And that's just how I feel. That's just my standpoint on it. Like, you don't need no month to celebrate whatever. Like, why? What is the point in it? What is the point in all of it? There really isn't
whoever
no point.
it was that was the advocates. I don't know who advocated for it, but
it's
they had
all money. Just like Ed said, it's all money. Just like, Valentine's Day. That's one of the highest spending days in the world, outside like Christmas, shit like that, because it's commercialized, it's advertised, and it's presented to the people as this is what you want. I don't need one day to show my love to my woman or whomever I'm with. I don't need one day for that. I got 365, how many years we're together, that I'm going to show love to this person. That's just what it boils down to. Black History Month, like, how you going to give me a month to celebrate my and who I am? You know what I'm saying? And what I'm supposed to be proud. I do that 365. And for them, it's like they're looking for inclusion. They're looking for the separation. They're trying to identify and separate themselves to show, hey, this is ours. This is our month. This is this. But the rainbow is supposed to be family. That's what it used to be. That's what it was. And as Hap said in the Bible, it shows that God won't destroy the earth with the flood and with the waters anymore. That was the whole point. So at the end of the day, it's all bullshit to me. All of it's bullshit.
Well, we are living in Revelation time, so that's what it is. Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if you want to kind of talk your little Bible talk, as Ham said, I'm not even a Bible thumper. I don't really care about it, but you can't sit here and say that is cool when it was condemned in the Bible. You see what I'm saying? So we're identifying and we're accepting and we're priding something that you can't say that you're a Christian and you're identifying with this whole situation. So it's all a slippery slope. Once you go down that slope, it don't stop. And there's no way of stopping it. That's it. That's all.
Yeah, that's like she said, open up a can of worms. So we but listen, we gonna hold it.
We can hold on. We can talk about it later. But I mean, that's just, and again, this is my last one on it, because I mean, it's a lot of people who bring that Christianity thing into it. When you look at Sodom and Gomorrah, like, they had been that way for a long time. They've been that way for a long time. But the place wasn't destroyed until they said that they wanted the angels instead of the daughters that he actually offered. And it was boy angels. So once he offered his daughters and they said, nah, we want them angels who were boys, what happened? He said, get up out of it. All this stuff is in the book that they choose to follow, but yet I be the bad guy for pointing out that shit.
I mean, I know a lot of people that are part of that community and are pastors. And I guess I be sitting there trying to understand like how it works.
Right.
Then I also look at them like, okay, well, you're just a person that loves another person that God created. So I guess now, being around people like that, I'm like, I'm kind of opening my mindset. And I'm like, okay, I guess I can understand it, but then it also goes to the Bible, and you start to kind of feel conflicted.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't. There is no fence within the Bible. This is Ham theory. This is his thing. There's either here or there.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And that's just what it boils down to. If that's what you choose to believe, I'm not a true sit here, like I said, Bible thumper or believe that this is a certain standard. You know what I'm saying? However, if you're going to be that, i.e. a pastor, you can't be living in sin and people following you because you're not leading them in the right direction. Your flock, your lambs that you're supposed to be the shepherd of aren't going in the right direction because they're being led by somebody that is not moving in the right direction. That's just the facts. However you feel about it, that's just the facts. If you are in that area.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then they're looking at it like we're leading you to not judge. And this is me talking to people that I know that, are pastors and everything. And I'm like, well, what would you be teaching your flock? So it sounds to me like you're being taught to say, okay, not to judge, to love people as you love yourselves. That's even scripture. What is that? Galatians, Romans, like love your neighbor as you love yourselves.
So I also say don't be around those who are not unequally or equally yoked with you.
Yeah.
So again, that's why with me the Bible it's a lot of contradictions. It's words, and like I say, Hap won't give me no. It's no contradiction. This is what it says. This is what it is. I get it, but like I say, I grew up in the church.
Me too.
I went to Anacostia Christian Academy Young. I graduated from Riverdale Baptist, so we did Bible study. We played the sword game where you had to find the chapters in the Bible. We had church every Wednesday. So, I mean, I grew up in it. So I've been force-fed that Bible for a long, long time, any way you want to put it. So I'm not perfect at it, but I know what I know. And what I know is God condemns certain shit, any way you want to put it. He says certain shit is an abomination, any way you want to put it. So you can feel how you feel about it, but you can't be in that realm of the world and say, well, he says love everybody. Yeah, love everybody, sure. However, he also said this. You know what I'm saying? So it can be both ways.
And he also says, let he who is without sin cast the first stone. So like I said, I mean, I think about all these different things because I ask people about this. And I'm just like,
hey, I apologize, man, but y'all so one, there's a book called Judges. Let's just put that out there.
Absolutely.
Right? Jesus says, judge righteous judgment, John 7:24. So you're supposed to judge because that's how you hold people accountable. Right. And if you go to that story, just because we have misnomers, so like Jesus was just chilling. They was about to stone her. They asked Jesus. Jesus like, well, go ahead. Right. He didn't even get into shit. You know what I mean? But because they was trying to stone her and it wasn't really out of righteousness. So he said, okay, Sadducees and Pharisees, right? Y'all been bugging so much, right? Y'all want to stone her, right? Because y'all had like a misconception about her, but also some of them was involved. So they trying to exonerate themselves by getting her out of there. So he knew all that, right?
They was trying to cover up their situation, basically.
Exactly. So then Jesus say, all right, well, go ahead. Because I know what you did with her. Right. And he said, all right, get your ass up and don't do that shit no more.
That's what Jesus said Jesus was cussing to.
Hell yeah. Jesus was mean as a motherfucker. Jesus said one nigga owed Jesus some pounds, right? So he said, Jesus, my fault. It took me so long to come back. But you don't reap what you sow. You austere as hell. Austere mean cold, unforgiving, right? Jesus said, nigga, if you don't got a sword, sell your clothes and go get one. Jesus wasn't no bitch ass nigga. He was a big, ugly, strong nigga who everybody was trying to kill. Big black nigga, damn near like said, but darker and uglier.
He was in better shape, but
yeah, Jesus was in shape.
Well, I do believe Jesus was a black man. I definitely believe that.
Yeah, like I mean,
the whole crew, so I believe that.
Yeah, but all of them, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, all that to say, dog. Like I said, this month shit is just all of it is straight bullshit. And I'm like I said, it's not by saying this bullshit. It's not condemning anybody to not quote unquote love who you love, like who you like. That's your decision. You have to die on that sword, as they say. You have to live with that. If that's what you're comfortable with, that's what you're comfortable with. But I don't have to accept that. I don't have to be linked to you in that. I don't have to agree with that. Am I going down and say like, oh no, you this, oh you this? Nah, but you're not going to sit here and have me say you're a boy, you're a girl, when I know you're a girl and I know you're a boy. That's dead. You're not going to force me to say shit at the end of the day that I know is not true. So, I mean, all of that, like everything is just, like I said, everything is just a slippery slope that once you come into this whole month and the pride of it and all that. It's just like, no, be who you be, but you don't. Nobody has to be forced to anything. I'm not walking out the street saying I'm heterosexual. I'm big said. I'm this. I'm that. It is what it is. Whoever you love, cool. It is what it is. Do whatever. But I don't. What I personally don't like with that is the way that they demonstrate what a woman is. Even guys, like, you know what I'm saying, Q is cool, you know what I'm saying, she is what she is, she do what she do. I don't have no problem with the way she handles herself, but there are females that emulate guys or what they think is guys, and they're a little bit tougher than they need to be. Just like these quote unquote flaming men. Are you trying to say that's what my black woman is? That's how they act when they in these streets? No, you tripping.
And a lot of us don't even act like that.
Exactly. I don't know women that act like that. You see what I'm saying? So no, I can't agree with that. I can't support that. You know what I'm saying? That's me. Does that make me homophobic in your mind? Sure, do what you do. I can give a fuck what anybody thinks about me at the end of the day. But all of this forcing, all this shit, nah, man. If
you notice, like when you just said flaming men and women that act extra, that's just in our community. I personally think that. That's because black people, we just extra in everything we do. We add extra season into everything. So even that, we're extra. When you think about white people in LGBTQ, they're regular selves. Like they're not being all extra flamboyant. At least I don't see that. I feel like that's more
not
so
as
in our
much.
community. I think that we're just extra. If you love, some of the same gender, then that's you. Cool, do your thing. You do both. All right, do your thing, whatever. I just think that we're a little bit extra. I don't really care whether it's a day, a week, a month, whatever reason it is that you feel that you needed to have that moment to be proud and loud and everything. That's what you feel like you wanted to do. I can't be the judge of what's necessary or not, to be honest with you. I don't know who the advocates behind it were. I don't know their reasoning for it, but it is what it is. It doesn't bother me. I feel like you can just be loud and proud, whatever. It doesn't have to be, just that month. If that's what you are, you can be doing that in September. You can do it in January, whenever. Just do that. It doesn't really matter to me how long you do it or when you do it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, we definitely gonna finish this one for sure.
And then there were 3.
Exactly.
Yeah, we got a lot to break down and discuss on this topic, because it can go on, and I think once we get the full panel, this shit gonna be lit. So this is just a preview, you know what I mean? So like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Listen, I don't really fuck with Jerry Springer, but I do like one of his constructs. So said, final thought.
Final thought, everybody stay in your lane. Whatever that lane is, stop jumping out there messing with people. Stop getting in people's business and stop trying to force your ideologies on others. Be you and let them be them.
Shanae?
Love who you love. Mind your business. Just love who you love.
Yeah, I'm not for everybody doing what they want to do. I think we need more order and structure, and I think we need to bring back shaming. I think these things are important.
Accountability, yes, but
my final thought. Bring back shaming, literally shaming people for doing the wrong thing, and see if you can effectuate change at that point, right? I think that we got to understand condemnation is not what we're doing, but we don't have to support everything, and we don't have to agree, and we should hold people accountable, and you should stand on your one. I think that's key, right? And if you really have real relationships, people can respect it. I feel the same way about pork as I do with homosexuality. I don't support it, but I don't condemn people who eat it or who if that's their lifestyle, So I don't know, man. I don't know why my voice got so serious, but yeah, we got to finish this topic, man, for sure.
On a Thursday, when everybody's available.
Yeah.
Good time.
Yeah, we definitely back, man. I had to get this chicken this Thursday though.
No, I get it.
So listen, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and we out.